All right, we are joined by Jason Morris today for a little Q&A and let the Tech fans know more about Jason. Jason, take us through your pregame routine. Where does the day start and all the way up till tip-off?
Well, the day typically starts with a team breakfast, followed by a film session, and then depending on where, if we're home or away, we'll go after we eat. We'll go to shoot around. To shoot around, we'll come back, have lunch, and then a little time off, listen to music. Do whatever it takes to get you kind of in the zone, and then we'll have our pregame meal, followed by more film. We get taped, put our uniform on, and that's when I start, playing music, kind of dialing in. We get to the gym an hour and a half beforehand, go out there, just warm up, come back into the locker room, pregame speech, then we have team prayer. Then we go out there, finish our warm-ups, come back in, get the starting lineup matchups, and then it's tip-off.
Who's on your playlist to get you ready for the game?
Oh man, that just kind of depends on the day. Usually the typical kind of Lil Wayne, Jay-Z, Lil Yo Gotti.
All right. What would you say is your most important part of the game as far as your skill set goes?
As far as my skill set tied in with my role, I definitely would say playing defense and rebounding is the most important part of my game and one of the most important things that we drill home for the team.
Why is that?
Well, obviously, you need to get defensive stops. You need to end it in the possession with a rebound. A prime example was the North Carolina State game. We had a great defensive possession, but didn't close that possession out with a rebound, and it didn't cost us the game, but in that moment it was a critical rebound that we needed to get.
Where would you say that you've seen the biggest development from when you came in as a freshman to your fourth year now?
I've had a lot of ups and downs in my career, especially with injuries and whatnot. But the biggest development I definitely would say is that the game has sort of slowed down to me a little bit. I see things or notice things that I probably never would have noticed as a freshman in terms of coverages. Obviously, what high school player comes into college worrying about playing defense?
Mm-hmm.
After that, just sort of beyond coverages, just being more mature about it and knowing what's a good shot and what's a bad shot.
All right, you've had a lot of highlights for Georgia Tech over the years, especially this past year with your dunks. Which one is the most memorable as a Yellow Jacket?
Most memorable, I actually can't remember the one that's in full detail that's the most memorable, but I'll definitely say freshman year, the first time I was on SportsCenter Top 10. I believe it was the Wake Forest game, but I might have had one earlier in that year. We were coming down on the fast break, and Shumpert threw me a no-look pass, and I just rose up. I don't remember who the defender was, and dunked it, and that was the first time, turned on the television later that day and, saw myself on SportsCenter Top 10, so I thought that was one of the biggest highlights for me.
How do you put that into words and you turn on the TV and there you are as a kid watching ESPN, and now you're there on the top 10?
There are no words for it. I can't even explain how pumped up I was to come home at 18 years old and just to see myself on SportsCenter Top 10, in high school watching LeBron, Kobe, like all those guys on there, and you're just like, it would take a miracle to have some crazy play like that happen, and next thing you know, I'm on there with guys like that who I don't even compare to, and I'm in the top 10 with guys like that. So that was, I don't know, it was just a ridiculous feeling.
Do you have a count of how many times you made top 10?
No, I believe 9 or 10 times, maybe more. I'm not too sure.
9 or 10 times on top 10. Good gracious. If there was a slam dunk contest here amongst the Tech players, do you think you'd win?
I wouldn't say that off the back. I'm not really a trick dunker. I kind of just get up higher than my defender and use my body. But yeah, I'd probably win.
All right.
I wouldn't back down.
Well, you mentioned some of the names. You said you're not a trick dunker, but do you watch the slam dunk contest every year for the NBA on the All-Star break?
Most of the time. I missed it last year. but most of the time I kind of watch it. It's kind of hard to reinvent the dunk. You know, if you watch now, guys are getting crazy. You know, you have Blake Griffin putting a car in the middle of the court. You got Dwight Howard bringing a second basket out. Like, it's, you know, so many guys are so athletic and so creative that it's getting harder and harder to reinvent the dunk and do something new.
Well, they have a pickup game between celebrities and all-stars there, and if you had the power to create the teams and you could mix celebrities and all-stars in basketball, who would be the first pick for each on your team?
First pick for each on my team. I love Kevin Hart. I know it's kind of cliche, but that dude he's hilarious, and he just draws attention in, and I'm an avid fan. Anytime he comes to Atlanta or Savannah, I'm there watching him live. So if I could have a pick, it would definitely be to play on his team.
Okay. Can you do an impersonation of him?
Nah, I can't. I can't do an impersonation of him.
All right, what about the All-Star category?
The All-Star category, I mean, I'd pick one of the great players to play with would obviously be, you know, Chris Paul, LeBron James, a healthy Kobe Bryant, Derrick Rose. I mean, obviously guys like that, and I definitely would want to see what it's like to play with a monstrous big man like Cousins or DeAndre Jordan or someone like that.
Awesome. Well, Jason, thanks for your time today, and best of luck the rest of the season.
Thank you.